Okay, today we'll talk about trial balance. And then as you can see here, there are five items you need to know. Okay, then for asset items. Okay, for example, cash, chair, house, trade receivable. Okay, for expense, the example will be trade, electricity bill, rent expense, purchases. For liability, the example will be loan, trade payable, bank overdraft. Okay. For income, example will be rent income, sales. Okay. For capital, capital means relate to the owner. Okay. It means the amount of money the or asset the owner invested into the business. Okay. Okay. Now let's go to next item. Next one. Okay. For asset and expense, we debit. For liability, income, and capital, we credit. Drawing is the owner take out the money, which is opposite of the capital. As you can see here, capital we credit. Hence, the drawing we debit. Okay. Some way to remember is you can see the C here, so we credit. And you can see the D here, so we debit. Okay. Now let's see this one. Credit supplier is actually trade payable, hence is a liability. So another way, credit customer is the trade receivable, so it's an asset. Okay. Bank overdraft is negative bank balance, hence you owe money to the bank, hence it's a liability. Okay. Okay. Let's say carriage. Carriage it means the delivery fees to deliver goods, so it's an expense. Okay. As you can see here, the carriage inward is you deliver goods into the business. Okay. Carriage outward outside the business to the customer. Okay. You can note that both are expenses. Okay. Okay. Now let's do the first question. Okay. Okay. So do the first question. So the say here, rent and rates is actually an expense. So we debit. Capital we credit. Okay. So motor vehicle is an asset. So we debit. What expenses we debit. Okay. So we'll debit here. And then purchase return. This thing. Okay. So purchase return, you can see here the thing is let's say let's say no purchases is we debit, right? Okay. Then for purchase return we credit. Okay. It's just the opposite way around, so it's credit. So this one I put credit. Okay. So this one here, discount received and it's an income. So credit. And then okay, credit supplier, it actually trade payable. So it's a liability. Liability we credit. So credit here. And insurance is an expense. So we debit here. Okay. Then for bank overdraft is a liability as we credit. And then expenses, so we debit. Loan is a liability, so we credit. And drawing, okay, we know that capital we credit, so drawing will be the opposite. So drawing will be debit. You can see here debit. Okay. Then okay, credit upwards is a expense, so we debit. Okay. Okay, now let's go to next question. Now let's go to page 4. Okay. Okay. For capital, we credit. Drawing, you see debit. Okay. Provision for depreciation. Okay, this one will later chapter lah. Okay. So what it means for asset you know is debit, right? Okay. So for the provision or depreciation will be opposite, so will be credit. Okay. So I put credit here. Okay. Carriage is a expense. Okay. So it's debit. Then carry also expense, so it's debit. Rent received, actually this one is a rent income, so we credit. Stationery is actually expenses. Okay, this one will the later chapter, so it's debit. Sales return, okay, that's the thing. Sales return. So you know the sales is credit. Then sales return opposite, so will become debit. Okay, this one I put debit, so it's here. Okay, you want to take now let's go to page number 5. Okay, okay. Capital we credit, cash is a asset, so we debit. Drawing debit. Rent, this one is rent paid is an expense, so we debit. Okay, sales return. Okay, so sales is credit, so sales return we debit. Okay, bank overdraft is a liability, so we credit. Okay. Machinery is an asset, so we debit. Okay. Discount received income, so we credit. Okay. So this one asset is we debit, right? So this one provision we credit. Okay. Or another word you can think is a provision we credit. Okay. So bad debt is an expense, so we debit. This one we'll learn in later chapter. Okay. So let's okay. Now let's go to page 6. Page number 6. Okay. Machinery is an asset, so debit. And overdraft liability, so credit. Inventory asset, capital credit. Purchases expense. Discount received income. And carriage upwards, carriage, so it's expense. Trade receivable asset, so it's debit. Okay. Okay. Now let's go to page 8. Okay, for page 8, let's do the same thing again. So fitting and equipment is a asset. So we debit. Okay. Okay. So for provision, always credit lah, opposite side, so credit. So trade receivable asset, so we debit. Bank overdraft liability, so we credit. Trade payable also liability, so we credit. Capital we credit. Sales is an income, so we credit. And then purchases is an expense, so we debit. And then discount received is an income, so we credit. Return inward, return inward is actually sales return. Okay, so for sales return we debit. Okay, for carriage inwards, carriage we an expense, so we debit. For for this one expense, so we debit. For rent and rates, so it's a expense, so we debit. Drawing, so we debit. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing here. First April, so is this one is opening. Bank inventory, we record in trial balance. Okay, by default inventory is asset, so we debit. Now this one, okay. Now this one is a closing inventory, so we don't record in trial balance. Okay. Okay. Then okay. Then let's do the thing now. Do the trial balance. Okay. First item he say uh purchase an equipment. Okay. Debit 30K debit but let me choose something. 30K. Okay. Credit 7,500. Credit 7,500. Debit 6,100. Okay. Okay. Let me okay. This one, so you want credit 31206. And this one will be credit 3485. Credit 3485. Then credit 20K. Okay. Continue. So you want me to credit 732050. And this one you want me to debit 41785. This one debit 41785. Then continue. That one credit 1990. And debit 3390. Debit 3390. Okay. Debit 1223. Debit debit 6430. Debit 37380. Okay. Okay, we are done. Then let's total them up. Total all the thing up until here. This one also total them up till here. So this one is lesser. This one is lesser, so let's add something here. So this one minus this one, you get 1029. Okay. Then after add 1029. So we'll get this amount. Okay. Oops, sorry, I think I calculate wrong. Okay. I think I calculate wrong. So for the right hand side, the total will be 109331. So the thing I need to add here will be 229. So after adding that, will balance. Okay. 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 Now let's go to page 10. Okay. For capital, we credit. Okay. For drawing, so we debit. Okay. Equipment is an item, so it's an asset. So we debit. So this one provision will be our credit. Okay, this one 1st April. So this one is opening inventory. So we record in trial balance. So this one will be debit. Trade receivable, so is asset. So it's debit. Bank overdraft liability. So we credit trade payable liability. So we credit. And then sales is an income. So we credit. Purchases is an expense. So we debit. Okay. For purchase, we debit. So for purchase return, so we credit. Okay. Carries is an expense. So we debit. Okay. Discount received is income. So we credit. Commission receivable is income. So we credit. Rent and insurance expense. So we debit. One expense. So we debit. Okay. So let's see here the first one you want us to credit. And this one you want us to debit. And debit. Okay. Remember credit at right hand side. So this one right hand side will be this amount. Okay. Then continue. Okay. They want debit this amount. So left hand side this amount. Then you want credit this amount. So right hand side this amount. Debit 640. Left and then 640. Okay. And credit 815. So right 815. Then credit 1500. So right hand side 1500. Debit 5,700. Left hand side 5,700. Debit 2425. Left 2425. Okay. Okay. Then let's total them up. This side is lesser, so let's put here. This minus this, you will get 639. Okay, so it's shit, I think I calculate wrongly though. Uh, so this one, I think I calculate wrongly, sorry. So if you calculate correctly, so this one will be 50019. Okay. Okay. Then this one, the left hand side, the total will be okay. The left hand side total will be 49650. So this one is lesser, so let's put here. So this one minus this one, you get 3369. Okay, so this one is correct according to the marking scheme. Okay. Oh yeah, don't forget to also adjust the thing to become 5001. Okay, both balance, so it's correct. Okay. Okay, now let's go to next question. Now let's go to page 12. Okay. Okay. Here we go again. So this one, revenue is an income, so we credit. Okay, purchase is an expense, so we debit. Okay, sales return. Okay, sales we credit, right? So sales return we debit. Okay, carry outwards carries is an expense, so we debit. This one is an asset, an item, so it's debit. So this one will be provision one. Provision will be credit. And motor vehicle, this one is an asset, so this one will be debit. Okay, you scroll down. Okay, discount allowed is an expense, so we'll debit. Receive discount received income, so credit. Trade payable liability, so credit. Trade receivable asset, so debit. This one expense, so is debit. Rent payable is actually an expense, so debit. And commission receivable is an income, so credit. Bank overdraft liability, so credit. Capital, so it's credit. Okay, so first April, so this one is opening inventory, so we record in trial balance. By default, this one is debit, so this one is 31 March, so it's ending, so it's closing inventory, so no trial balance, so let's ignore this. Okay, okay, here's a hack I show you. So we only focus on this one. So focus on the number. Okay. So this one you want credit 146K, right? So this one will be right hand side 146,000. Okay. Let me change let me change the let me change the color. Okay. Okay, let me change. Okay. So this one debit 1737K left hand side 137,300. Debit 1,400 left hand side 1,400. Okay. Debit 2970 left to 2970. Debit 45,000 left 45,000. Credit 18,000 right 18,000. Okay. And then debit, so left. This one debit left. This one credit right. Okay. This one credit right. One debit left. One debit left. The one debit left. Credit right. Credit right. Credit right. Debit left. Okay. This one no record. Okay, we are done. For the, okay, let's total the left hand side. So you get 251,000. Right hand side you get right hand side you also get 251,000. Okay. So very ngam. So correct. Okay. Now let's go to page 14. Yeah. So this one, okay. After I spend so much, so this one I give you homework. Okay. Now this one, page 16. Page 16 here. Also I give you homework. Okay. Okay. So we done. We done.